Hello and welcome to the 2021 Northwest Championships. Game 2 of the day at Harry and David Field here in Medford, Oregon. Idaho, the visiting team. Washington East acting as the home team today. Aiden Anderson on the mound comes set. And first pitch away at 10:49 a.m. Just a little bit late getting started. The first game ran about 15 to 20 minutes over. That's why we're about a 20-minute delay here. We'll see if the Idaho and Washington East pitchers can get us back on schedule here. The 0-1 from Anderson misses high. That's Dane Bradshaw in the batter's box for Idaho. Bradshaw, a right-handed outfielder and catcher, 5'10", 165, out of Nampa Christian High School in Idaho. Swings and misses on a 1-1 from Aiden Anderson. Anderson from Green Acres, Washington, attends Central Valley High School. A multi-sport athlete. He comes set, delivers, and a chopper foul into the Idaho dugout on the third base side. Anderson, the fastball sits around 81-83. Curveball 71-74, and the changeup 73-75. Spins that breaking pitch about 2,000 RPM. He comes set, delivers the 1-2. That's fouled over the home plate and out of play. The 1-2 again. Anderson comes set, working out of the stretch. Long, flowing golden mane behind him. He delivers. Foul ball again. Bradshaw battling well. That's hit high into the air in center field. Gray Jr. tracking it, and he'll make the catch. About 10 steps left of where he was standing, and makes the play for the first out. That will bring up Landon Cheney. Cheney, also a teammate of Bradshaw at Nampa Christian. 5'8", 180. Outfielder. Bats from the right side, also throws. Moonlights as a pitcher. Swing and a miss. First pitch fastball. Anderson puts it right by Cheney. Coming set and delivering as Anderson. The 0-1, and that's low. Bounces past the catcher Byer. We'll set the defense in left field. Fair in center, Gray Jr. and right Woodward. The left side of the infield, Suave and Dickinson. The right side, Longo and Gray. That's Caleb Gray. Nathan Gray Jr. in center. And behind the dish is Luke Byer. The 2-1 from Anderson. Swing and a miss. Anderson throwing strikes early. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 away. Top of the first between Idaho and Washington East. Second game of the day here for the class of 2022. Payoff pitch misses outside, and Cheney will make his way to first base. The first runner aboard for Idaho. Hard hit ball through the infield on the right side. Cheney rounding second, headed to third, a play there, but the throw comes in just late and Suave doesn't have a play. So Cheney legs it out. Brecky with the single. Ball gets away from Byer, and to home goes Landon Cheney. Brecky advances to second on the wild pitch. Ryan Schneider at the plate, the left-handed hitting outfielder, committed to Belmont University. That's a chopper up the middle, fielded by Longo, throws to first, and a good scoop by Caleb Gray. Charging in was Longo, the Gonzaga commit. They'll get out number 2 in the first inning. Swing and a miss. This is Mason Garcia at the plate now. Coming set is Anderson. The 0-1 misses inside for a ball. The 1-1 from Anderson. Taking the lead off third is Brecky. Pitch misses away. 2-1. Warmed up a bit here in Medford. 83 degrees. The smoke's still pretty thick here in the Rogue Valley. Wildfires blowing in that smoke from California. A couple of large ones there, as we wish the best to the firefighters doing their best to keep things contained. The 3-1 pitch is a called strike at the knees for Garcia, so we'll get a payoff pitch here with 2 outs. Kevin Brecky over at third takes his lead there, a short one in foul territory. Anderson delivers the 3-2. That's fouled away. He'll stay alive, and we'll see a second payoff pitch here in a moment. Anderson, the lefty, interested in pursuing athletic training after college. He'll get a swinging strike from Mason Garcia. His first strikeout of the day ends the inning. But Idaho does pick up a run in the first. It's on 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Idaho leads 1-0. We'll be back with more, and we'll talk about Kyler Saunders, who's taking the mound for Idaho when we come back. You're watching the 2021 Baseball Northwest Championships on TableRockSports.net.
You're a coach or plan to be a coach. What kind of coach do you want to be? This?
Hey! What is that? Come on, Kyler! You're killing me!
Or this.
I love it. I love what I see. I don't care about the mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Guys making millions of dollars on Sunday, they make mistakes.
Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.org.
There's a time machine, not so far away, that takes you back to a world just a few streets wide, where wonder rules the day, and families are transformed, from the smallest bug-eyed explorer to that surliest know-it-all. So dive into the past and let them see the world through a simpler lens, called Southern Oregon. Their adventure begins when you travel Medford.
We're about ready to go here in the bottom of the first. Kyler Saunders takes the mound for Idaho. He'll face Jackson Davis to lead things off in the first inning, as Washington East gets their first ups of the game. Saunders, a 6'1" right-hander out of Boise, Idaho. First pitch swinging is Jackson Davis, fielded and taken by Garcia at first. So that'll bring up Caleb Gray. Gray wearing number 4, batting from the left side. Takes a strike. Evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Gray is 6'2", 215, switch hitting. And that's a diving play at second, throw from his backside, and makes the play. How about Kevin Brecky over there at second base, showing off the web gem to get the second out of the inning. A quick 2 outs for Kyler Saunders. Royce Van Dyne headed to the plate. Watches the first pitch go by for ball. Fouls away the second one. Evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Royce Van Dyne plays a bit of catcher. We'll see him behind the dish in the 4th inning. In the meantime, he's just hitting. 2-1 the count now. Watches the 2-1 low in the dirt. Ahead in the count early. That's popped up right side, and it's going to be well out of play. Count will run full with 2 outs. Two outs, nobody on. Saunders has worked a clean first 2/3 of the inning. Fouls off that pitch, so Van Dyne will get another. With 2 outs in the bottom of the first, Idaho leads 1-0. They got a run and a hit in the first. That's right up the middle. Ooh, and it's right at Saunders, and he goes down hard, and immediately everyone rushing to him. Not sure if it got him in the head or if he was able to get a glove in front of it, but the reaction of some of the players shows that it's a tough one. We're going to take a break. You're watching the 2021 Baseball Northwest Championships. We'll be back in a bit.
There are two moments I love. The moment when I say, you need to get your degree, and I see deer in the headlights, scared, how am I going to do that? And then I love that moment when they come and tell me they've graduated and how much they didn't want to do that and how valuable it was for them. I'm Gene Pelham, President and CEO of Road Credit Union. We work to develop talent internally. Being in Southern Oregon, we can either hire people from out of the area or we can help our own people grow. And the great thing about
We're back, and Kyler Saunders is being helped off the field. He's got an ice pack to his face. A scary moment there as a ball was hit right back up the middle. Van Dyne even a little shaken up. It's tough for the hitter. It's a tough spot to be in, so we'll get a new pitcher. Saunders will be walked off the field, and it looks like maybe his family's here with him. They were immediately out onto the field to help him out, make sure he's okay. The training staff here making sure he's okay, and we'll get a new pitcher in just a moment, but just wanted to update you on Saunders' condition. He walked off the field under his own power. He did have an ice pack and a towel to his face. We'll get an update on him as soon as we can, but it looks like for the time being he's okay. We'll get you more information as we can. In the meantime, we're going to take another quick break. As a new pitcher gets warmed up, we'll tell you more about him in just a minute. In the meantime, you're watching the 2021 Baseball Northwest Championships on TableRockSports.net. We'll be back after this pitching change. There's a runner on first and 2 outs here in the bottom of the first after a scary moment.
A parent, dad in the stands yelling at his kid, trying to coach him from the bleachers, and the embarrassment on the kid's face. It looked like he was about to cry while playing the game.
I think it's very embarrassing for a student athlete to see their parents being escorted out of the gym or off the playing field.
I'd be surprised if that kid comes back to the game.
And you risk a child enjoying the game, that you rob them of the fun. You have made a bad choice.
The days grow long, and the last school bell rings, calling you to pack a bag, grab the kids, and hit the road to that fabled land of green, where adventure drifts with you on the water and carries you through the trees. So let curiosity get the best of you and take the trail less traveled to Southern Oregon. Your journey begins when you travel Medford.
So a new pitcher to keep an eye on. With 2 outs in the bottom of the first, Ethan Gardner wasn't supposed to come in until the 5th inning, but Kyler Saunders had to exit after taking a comebacker right off the head, it looked like. Wasn't sure if he was able to get his glove up, but he was helped off the field. He walked off under his own power. Just had a pair of people on either shoulder just keeping an eye on him. Ethan Gardner will take over. 6'3" right-hander weighing in at 160. The fastball right around 83, 86 miles an hour. The slider got a good spin on it. 2,300 RPM is about where it tops off. The changeup about 79, 81 miles an hour is where it sits. Primarily an outfielder out of Meridian, Idaho, attends Bora High School, but also a pitcher. We'll see what he can do here. Called upon a lot earlier than he was expecting. He got some time to warm up. Now there's a runner on first. 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Idaho leads 1-0. Brandon Fair at the plate, batting from the left side. Fouls away the first pitch he sees from Gardner. Here's the 0-1. Gardner working from the stretch with Van Dyne on first, and that's outside for a ball. Setting the defense behind him, Schneider, Bradshaw, Cheney from left to right in the outfield. On the left side of the infield, Casagrande and Hepburn. On the right side, Brecky and Mason Garcia. Behind the dish, Junior Garcia. Frames that one up nicely, and now it's a 1-2 count with 2 outs. Coming set as Gardner delivers. Way outside and out of the reach of Garcia. Over to second is Van Dyne. Now it's a 2-2 after the wild pitch. Keeping an eye on Saunders. He's on the third base side under a tent. He's being looked at by a few people there. Get an update on his condition as soon as we can. In the meantime, the 2-2 pitch from Gardner misses high and outside. Now the count runs full with 2 outs. Tough break for Saunders. He was working quickly through that first inning. Payoff pitch, and I believe that hit Brandon Fair. So now there's 2 on and 2 outs. Nathan Gray Jr. up to the plate. Speedy left-hander. Plays mostly in the outfield. Has been manning center field for Washington East the last 2 days. Faces Gardner for the first time, and he brings in that breaking ball for a called strike. Throw gets away from him, but not too far. Backing him up was Hepburn. Gray Jr. committed to Lower Columbia. Gardner delivers the 0-1. That's fought off into left field, and that'll fall for a base hit in front of Schneider. He keeps it in front of him, and the runners were just holed, advancing 90 feet, and then now the bases are loaded after what was going to be and could have been a quick inning. Gray Jr. drops one in for a base hit. Bases loaded for Matthew Suave, the right-hander. Committed to Yakima Valley. And he hits one hard into left center, but diving in. Oh no, his glove came off. And they're going to say that Schneider tried to sell to the umpire that the glove came off, but the ball stayed in. It does drop, and 2 runs come around to score. Matthew Suave with a base hit into left. Scores Van Dyne from third, and Brandon Fair running with 2 outs. Gray Jr. has to hold up at second. That'll bring up Brady Bean. Bean, a 5'10" infielder. Bats from the right side. Throws right-handed as well. Here's the 0-1 from Gardner. That's a called strike inside. Bean thought about swinging. He held back, but it doesn't matter. Count goes to 0-2. 2 outs, 2 runners on. Gray Jr. on second. Matthew Suave on first after a 2 RBI single. Gardner trying to get out of the inning. Inside for a ball. Tried the front door breaking ball. Doesn't get enough of it. Coming set, the 1-2 from Gardner. Outside, being able to hold off of it. A little bit of a tough connection there between the catcher and the pitcher. 2 straight have gotten past Gardner at the mound. Runner's not going anywhere. Coming set and getting ready. The 2-2 from Gardner. Swung on and missed. Foul tipped and held on by Garcia. So we'll get a strikeout to end the inning, but not before the Washington East team can string together a pair of singles. Thanks to Matthew Suave. 2 RBIs from him gives Washington East a 2-run lead as we head to the top of the second. Take a quick look at the Travel Medford scoreboard. 2021 Baseball Northwest Championships presented by Table Rock Sports. I'm Josh Shelton. We'll be right back with more action from Harry and David Field after this.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We've stocked up with over 200 new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from one of our largest inventories ever of new Jeep Cherokee 4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back-to-back three-peat truck of the year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. You'll find the new vehicle you want at the low price you deserve. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Welcome back. I'm Josh Shelton bringing you today's action between Idaho and Washington East. A eventful first inning. 2 runs for Washington East, 1 run for Idaho. So Washington East leads. A scary moment for those of you just joining us. Kyler Saunders started the game for Idaho. Royce Van Dyne hit a rocket right back up the middle at Saunders. It caught him in the head. We took a brief break, and then Saunders was helped off the field. He walked off under his own power, but was holding an ice pack and a towel to his face. He appeared to be okay. We'll get an update on his condition when we can. In the meantime, Brody Rasmussen will lead things off for Idaho in the top of the second as they trail by 1. Aiden Anderson at the plate, or excuse me, the pitcher's plate from the mound. Second pitch misses low, so the count is 1-1. Rasmussen takes one at the knees for a called strike. Now the count 1-2 in favor of Anderson on the mound. Way upstairs, brushes Rasmussen back, maybe setting up an outside fastball here for Anderson. Looking for his second straight strikeout after ending the inning on a Mason Garcia swinging strike. The 2-2, low for a ball. Payoff pitch from Anderson, swung on and fought off. Rasmussen will see another payoff pitch in a moment. Hazy skies in southern Oregon, thanks to wildfire smoke blowing into the Rogue Valley. Hard hit ball into left field. That'll drop for a base hit. Rasmussen looking for 2. He's going to hold up at first. And a leadoff single from Idaho looks to get things going as the 5'11" right-hander out of Mountain View High School in Idaho gets things rolling for the Idaho 2022 team. That'll bring up Logan Burrell. Burrell 6'3", 180. Also from Mountain View High School. Chance to get something going with a runner in front of him. Called strike at the knees. Burrell waits. The 0-1 is low. Yesterday, Burrell went 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Throw over to first. If it was a little bit more on target, they might have had Rasmussen. A little bit of a hitch step towards second as the throw was coming over, but it skips in the dirt. So he's able to get back safely. Anderson comes set. Eyes Rasmussen a couple times before going to the plate. Fought off into the screen behind home plate. Coming set and ready to deliver is Anderson. Outside, count 2-2. Nobody out. Rasmussen on first after his hot shot into left field. Anderson delivers outside, ball 3. Now another payoff pitch coming. Rasmussen laced one into left off a 3-2 pitch. Ethan Gardner waits on deck. Throw over again, leaning towards second was Rasmussen, but he wasn't too far off first base, so he's able to fall back towards the bag. Caleb Gray over there at first again. Rico Longo to his right. Dickinson at short. And Matthew Suave at third, but swing and a miss. No need for any of the defense there. Anderson picks up his second strikeout. That'll bring up Ethan Gardner, who was supposed to pitch in the fourth. Instead comes in the first inning after Saunders took a comebacker to the dome and had to leave the game. So Gardner, the pitcher, hitting as well. Watches the first pitch go by for a ball. 1 away, 1 runner on, 1-0 count. Washington East leads Idaho 2-1. These are the classes of 2022. Here at Harry and David Field, it's a chopper at Suave at third. Only play is at first. That throws in the dirt and gets away from Caleb Gray. Runners racing around. They'll hold at second and third on the throwing error from Suave. That'll bring up Cruz Hepburn. Started at shortstop today. One out, 2 runners in scoring position here for Hepburn. Takes a strike to get things started in his first at-bat of the day. Hepburn went 0 for 2 with a walk in yesterday's game against Tri-State. First 2 pitches he takes, first 2 are called strikes. Anderson gets ahead early. That one's popped up left side. Calling for it is Dickinson. He'll make the play in the infield dirt. 2 away now, 2 runners in scoring position. Caden Casagrande will step up to the plate. Casagrande, a College of Southern Idaho commit. Check swing called strike. Talking to his coach at the tournament, which will also be his future high school coach, saying what he likes about Casagrande is he just grinds out at-bats. Doesn't go down easily. Takes 2 strikes. Behind in the count 0-2. But his coach says that never an easy out is Casagrande. Takes that pitch, fastball high for ball 1. 1-2 the count, 2 outs. An RBI opportunity here for Casagrande. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Casagrande's not sure about it. He'll walk back to the dugout. Broadcaster's curse in full effect. We head to the bottom of the second. A look at your Travel Medford scoreboard at Harry and David Field. Washington East still leads 2-3. We'll go ahead and give Idaho a hit as Brody Rasmussen led off the inning with a single. When we come back, more action from Harry and David Field, presented by Table Rock Sports.
Seen a new way to achieve the highest level of savings. Peak Rewards. The Peak Rewards app is your roadmap to savings wherever your journey takes you. Simply by using our mobile app, you can shop for a mountain of savings in any of our convenience stores and fuel up for less. Just download the Peak Rewards app, register, find participating stations and stores near you, and start saving. With Peak Rewards, you can travel further for less. So what are you waiting for? Download Peak Rewards today and find a location near you.
Gardner back out for another inning of work. Kyler Saunders still under the 10 on third base side. Just an update for anyone watching and wanted to know how he was doing after a pretty dominant first couple of batters. Fastball was sitting around 80-83. The curveball spinning about 1,500 RPM. The changeup at 68-71. I hope he's still doing all right. We head to the bottom of the second. Getting things started for us is Bryson Ostengard for Washington East. He takes a pitch inside for a ball. Another one inside, another ball, 2-0 the count. That's a hard hit ball, lifted into left and caught by Hepburn. Sliding past him was Rasmussen in medium depth left field. Hepburn showing off the range. Great play there by the shortstop. Luke Byer steps up to the plate. Byer started the game at catcher. Flares one out to the left field side, but foul out of play. Byer 0 for 2 yesterday with 2 strikeouts. It's a 1-1 count, checks his swing, but called strike. Foul tip in and out of the gloves of Junior Garcia, so we'll get another chance here to see Byer at the plate. Left-handed hitting catcher, throws right-handed. 6'3", 180. Uncommitted out of Washington. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2 for Gardner. That'll bring up A.J. Woodward. Woodward, a 6'3", right-handed outfielder. Woodward 0 for 2, reaching on an error yesterday. Takes a pitch inside for a ball. Gardner working quickly. Skips one in the dirt. 2-0 the count. Waiting on deck is Daniel Dickinson. Gardner delivers. Swing and a miss. Nice breaking ball. Gets Woodward to chase. Count goes to 2-1. That is inside, and inside enough to hit Woodward. He takes his free base. So that brings up Daniel Dickinson. Dickinson 0 for 1 in the tournament. He's hit by a pitch once and walked once. Takes a ball outside. We await the 1-0. Hit into right field. Tracking it is Cheney. Under it and making the play for the out. We head to the third inning. 2-1 the score as we're moving along here at Harry and David Field. We'll be right back with more action of the 2021 Baseball Northwest Championships presented by the City of Medford and Table Rock Sports.
Cellular believes everyone deserves 5G. That's why we've included 5G on all plans, no extra charge, whether you're working or playing. All U.S. Cellular plans include 5G, no extra charge. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G free with no hidden requirements. U.S. Cellular.
Get the latest 5G phones for free today at Siskiyou Cellular, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular with 7 Valley locations. Visit souscellular.com for details.
We're back at Harry and David Field for our third inning of play. Aiden Anderson back on the bump for Washington East. Some updates on Anderson's pitching through the first couple of innings. Fastball sitting around 81, 84, spinning at about 2,050 RPM. As Junior Garcia steps up to the plate. The curveball around 69, 72 miles an hour, spinning at 1888 RPM. Called strike 2. And the changeup anywhere between 73 and 75 miles an hour. 0-2 to Garcia as Anderson comes set and delivers. That's a sharp grounder right at Dickinson, who fields and throws, but it's offline. Garcia's going to leg it for second, and he will be in a slight jog over to second. The ball took a funky hop off the grass. It still went right at Dickinson. He tried to sidearm throw going away from first base and throws it away out of the reach of Caleb Gray over there. Brings us to the top of the lineup, Dane Bradshaw at the plate. Bradshaw flew out to center field his first time up back in the first inning. Hard hit ball right at the third baseman. It goes off of Suave's glove and into the bag safely at third is Garcia, and over to first is Bradshaw. Official score gives Suave an error at third. Now there's runners on the corners with no outs, and Landon Cheney steps up to the plate. Holds off on the first pitch, but it's a called strike. Coming set and delivering is Anderson. Throws over to first, and they've got Bradshaw in a pickle. Garcia at third. And now coming home is Garcia, and they got two. A great pickoff play from Anderson ends up with 2 outs and clears the bases. Bradshaw got caught, and then Garcia tried to go home. From no outs and runners on the corners to 2 outs and nobody on. Landon Cheney still at the plate. 1 strike on him. Lays off that high fastball. Count now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Idaho in a really good position to tie the game back up at the very least. Instead, they'll look to Cheney to maybe start a 2-out rally here. Great play all around by the Washington East team on the defensive side of the ball. Just below the knees, 3-1 the count. Coming set is Anderson. Getting to work from the windup now. Swing and a miss. Count runs full with 2 outs. The 3-2. Strike 3 called. Strikeout number 4 for Anderson. And he's making the magic happen. Gets his team out of the inning with a nice pickoff play that ends up with 2 outs. And then gets Cheney looking on a high fastball. A called strike 3. Let's go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. We'll see Washington East bat. We'll go Rico Longo, Jackson Davis, and Caleb Gray when we come back with more 2021 Baseball Northwest Championships action.
You're a coach or plan to be a coach. What kind of coach do you want to be? This?
Hey! What is that? Come on, guy! You're killing me!
Or this?
I love it. I love what I see. I don't care about the mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Guys making millions of dollars on Sunday. They make mistakes.
Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.org.
There's a time machine, not so far away, that takes you back to a world just a few streets wide, where wonder rules the day, and families are transformed, from the smallest bug-eyed explorer to that surliest know-it-all. So dive into the past and let them see the world through a simpler lens, called Southern Oregon. Their adventure begins when you travel Medford.
We're back. You're watching the 2021 Baseball Northwest Championships, presented to you by Table Rock Sports. I'm Josh Shelton. Washington East leads 2-1. To the plate is Rico Longo. And that first pitch is over his head. Ethan Gardner back out. He's pitched an inning and a third so far. Coming in early for the injured Kyler Saunders, who took a line drive off the head in the first inning. Is doing all right. And Longo takes one off the back and will head down to first. Seems somewhat imminent after that first pitch. So Longo is aboard. That'll bring us to the top of the lineup. Jackson Davis grounded out to the first baseman his first time up. Face Gardner for the first time. First pitch fastball misses high for a ball. 1-0 the count. Throw over to first, no tag applied. Davis, a switch-hitting outfielder, throws left-handed and hits that one hard into right field, but right at Cheney, ranging over to his right. Struck well, but a tough break there for the first out. Made some pretty solid contact, but the Wood Bats maybe not giving as much pop as they're used to. That brings up Caleb Gray, the starting first baseman for Washington East. Takes a breaking ball for a called strike on the outside portion of the plate. That's flared out into left field. Coming in is Rasmussen. He'll make the play in shallow left coming in. And 2 quick outs after a hit by pitch to lead off the inning. So quickly, we're back to Royce Van Dyne. He steps into the left-handed batter's box. 2 outs and a runner on first. Called strike outside. Quickly ahead, Gardner again. One misses outside, evens up the count at 1-1. Van Dyne, 5'10", 215 catcher. Runner goes, throw down is not in time, and a tough collision over there at second base as Hepburn was trying to field it. It took him into the base paths, and Rico Longo is down now after stealing second. Dusty Kearns is the catcher for the coach rather for the Washington East team. from Columbia Basin College. He's over there checking in on Longo. Looks like he's okay, just a bit shaken up. And now he's going to head off. Interesting position that Kearns finds himself in. He needs a pinch runner, but technically everyone is in the lineup. It looks like Jonah Gonzalez may be going to get a helmet. He pitched yesterday, so he's not going to play today. And it is going to be Jonah Gonzalez. The pitcher, a Yakima Valley commit, will run for Rico Longo, who stole second. And then the Baseball Northwest trainer is going to go check in on Longo, who was able to walk off the field of play under his own power, but was a bit shaken up after Hepburn fell into him at second base, the throw taking him into the base paths. So Jonah Gonzalez takes over for Longo at second base. Van Dyne still at the plate, a 3-1 count. Gardner comes set, working from the stretch and delivers. That's a hard hit ball through the right side of the infield. Gonzalez will hold it third. Van Dyne's going to try to leg it out and go for two. And they nabbed him at second. Not quick enough. A single, and that ends the inning. Trying to get to two after the throw comes into the infield. Tough break there, but Gardner gets out of the inning without giving up a run. We head to the top of the fourth. Things still look the same as they did when we entered the third inning. Washington East leads 2-1. We'll be back with more action. Aiden Anderson headed back to the mound for Washington East. More 2021 Baseball Northwest championships to go when we come back.
Dear Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports, I love my team, I just want to play, but not if you always lose your temper. Love, Katie.
Know your role. Learn more at SouthernOregonSports.com.
So Rico Longo was the second baseman, and it appears Brady Bean is going to replace him there. Bean was just supposed to be an extra hitter for this game, but with Longo now out, Bean will take over at second. Anderson back out. Dickinson will stay at short. Leading off is Kevin Brecky. Takes a pitch for a strike. Bryson Ostergaard is over at third. Dickinson charging in from short, and that goes off the end of his glove. An error given to Dickinson. Brecky is aboard. Ryan Schneider at the plate. He pokes one out into center field. Gray Jr. under it and will make the play for a quick out there. So Mason Garcia steps up. Runner on first. Quick fake throw over. Garcia went down swinging in the first inning to end the first. 1-0 count as that one missed away. 4 errors now for Washington East. Not exactly perfect on the defensive side of things. But Anderson has been keeping Idaho pretty quiet since that first inning. Anderson working from the stretch. It goes inside, blocked by Byer behind the dish. He'll get a new baseball. Two on the count with 1 out. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Washington East leads by 1. Aiden Anderson has been working well. He'll throw over to first. Leaning towards second was Brecky, but he falls back to the bag not too far away. Two on the count. Outside for ball 3. Mason Garcia entered the day 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. 0 for 1 today with another strikeout. And takes a strike. 3-2, 1 out. Coming set is Anderson. Peeks over to Brecky at first, delivers home. And that misses high. Garcia's aboard for the first time in the Baseball Northwest Championships. Brecky moves over to second. Still 1 out, and that'll bring up Brody Rasmussen. Rasmussen had a single to lead off the 2nd inning. Never got past 3rd. Fouls off the first pitch he sees. Home plate, first base side, out of play. Here's the 0-1, 1 out. 2 runners on for Idaho as they trail by 1. And it's a sharp grounder at Ostergaard at third, and he loses the ball, trying to tag third. He knew he had to get to third quickly. Brecky has some speed. But another error in the inning gives Idaho another base runner. So now the bases are loaded. Logan Burrell has a chance here to get Idaho back on the board for the first time since the first inning. Still 1 out. Arguably should be out of the inning, but Anderson is still up there working. Trying to take things into his own hands now. 2 strikes on Burrell. Got number 17 to go down swinging the first time up. Here's the 0-2. Chopper, third base side, fielded in foul territory. And it's a foul ball. Ostergaard tried to field it and step on third and was maybe looking to turn 2 on a high chopper. Instead, we'll reset, bases loaded. 0-2 again from Anderson. Just outside, 1-2 the count. Byer tried to frame it up. Here comes the 1-2. Two straight outside breaking balls. Runs the count even at 2-2. 1 out, top of the 4th. Idaho, class of 2022, trying to put up some runs against their Washington East counterparts. After being ahead in the count 0-2, Anderson falls behind now. 3-2 payoff pitch, 1 out, bases loaded. The count full, the bases full. Something's got to give. Swing and a miss. It's Burrell. He goes down for the second time swinging. 5 strikeouts for Anderson and an out away from getting out of this jam. 2 outs, that brings up Ethan Gardner. Gardner reached on a throwing error his first time up. Has been pretty good in the pitcher's spot. Goes up swinging, comes up with nothing. Gardner definitely handled adversity well today, pitching 3 innings before he was supposed to. Swinging strike, and now here comes Brecky. Play at the plate, and Anderson can't hold on to the ball to apply the tag. They had him, but maybe just a bit too quick trying to make the tag before he had the ball. So a run will score, and the other 2 runners move up 90 feet. Idaho ties the game back up. On the ball that got past the catcher. Byer back there. 0-2 count to Gardner. Swing and a miss. Got strikeout number 6, his second in a row. Anderson taking things into his own hands, but not before Idaho can put up another run to tie things up. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th, and Washington East will try to get that run back. Here's how we look on the 2021 Baseball Northwest Championships. Washington East and Idaho all knotted up at 2, headed to the bottom of the 4th. This broadcast brought to you by the City of Medford and Table Rock Sports. We'll be back with more after this.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We've stocked up with over 200 new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep Dodge, and of course, Ram Trucks. Choose from one of our largest inventories ever of new Jeep Cherokee 4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back-to-back three-peat truck of the year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. You'll find the new vehicle you want at the low price you deserve. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
So Ethan Gardner has reached his pitch count. So Caden Casagrande will take over pitching duties. The Washington State commit doesn't have any pitching stats on the Baseball Northwest website. Primarily a shortstop, but also plays second base, has played third base most of the day for the Idaho team, but gets a swinging strike his first time up on the mound. It's a chopper up the middle, fielded by Casagrande, and he'll just flip it over to Mason Garcia at first, and that will be out number 1. We're tied up in the 4th. That was Brandon Fair, grounded out to the pitcher. That'll bring up Nathan Gray Jr., the left-handed hitting center fielder. For Ethan Gardner, 2 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. The fastball sitting around 80-83, but topped out at 85. And was spinning it well, up to 2413 RPM on the fastball. The curveball also looking good, anywhere between 73 and 75. As Gray hits that one right back at Casagrande, showing off the fielding abilities. 2 straight comebackers that he's able to field cleanly and flip over to first for 2 quick outs. As for the changeup for Ethan Gardner, 77, 78 miles an hour. But that curveball spinning 2245 RPM. An uncommitted class of 2022. That one is flared out into right field. Calling for it is Cheney. And a quick inning from Casagrande. Moving the game right along. 1, 2, 3 inning, the first we've seen today. We will head to the top of the 5th. This game's starting to speed up. Washington East and Idaho all tied up. We'll be back with more after this.
As the president of Southern Oregon University, I want you to know that you are welcome here on our lovely campus.
Hi, my name is Marjorie Trueblood Gamble, and I'm the Director of Diversity and Inclusion here at Southern Oregon University. We want you to know you are welcome here.
I'm Susan Walsh, Provost at Southern Oregon University, and you are welcome here.
Du bist hier willkommen. You are welcome here.
요거서. Tu és bem-vindo aqui.
SOU 欢迎你. तपाईँहरूलाई यहाँ स्वागत छ.
You are welcome here.
أنتم مرحبون هنا.
欢迎来到美国南俄勒冈州立大学.
ยินดีต้อนรับ.
You are welcome here.
Chào mừng bạn đến đây.
You are welcome here.
Now pitching for Washington East is Brady Bean. Bean, a right-handed pitcher, primarily a shortstop, but also throws. He'll take on Cruz Hepburn to get this game started. First pitch is in the dirt and low.
The center field camera is not pointed at home plate.
1-0 hit right up the middle, but fielded cleanly by Believe, and he got the out. Moving things around on me. That's Ostergaard over at second. Longo coming out of the game has shuffled things around. So Ostergaard moves over to second. Suave back in at third. Cruz Hepburn grounds out, and that brings up Caden Casagrande. That's a hard hit ball into left field. Falls for a base hit. Casagrande wasting no time in this at-bat. After going down looking, little redemption there with the base hit. So one aboard with one out. Head to the bottom of the lineup, Junior Garcia. And bottom of the lineup doesn't really mean anything in this game. These are all some of the top players on their high school teams. Just making sure everyone gets close to equal at-bats through the weekend. Garcia reached on a throwing error his first time up. Has a runner in front of him now. Caden Casagrande over at first. A one-out single into left. Junior Garcia fouls that one off. As for Brady Bean, the pitcher, fastball sits around 81-83. The curveball 67-70, spinning at about 1,800 RPM. The changeup about 77-78. Coming set, working from the stretch. That's ripped into left field, but that looks like it is right at fair. A monster mash from Garcia, but right at an an outfielder. Tough break there for Garcia. And now there is two away. So in steps Dane Bradshaw for the third time today. 0 for 2, reaching on an error in the third. And then the third coming to an end as he was caught in a rundown. There goes Casagrande, throw down to second, and not in time. Swiping the bag even before a bouncing throw gets to second base is the Washington State grad, showing off a little bit of pop and a little bit of speed in the fifth inning. And of course, working a very quick top half or bottom half of the fourth. That's ripped into left field down the line, but just foul out of play. .1209 here in Medford. The sun peeking through some of the smoke. 87 degrees now. Hazy skies as the smoke from wildfires in California is blown into the area. That's a ground ball hit at Dickinson at short, fields it, gathers and throws in time to get Dane Bradshaw as he sped down the line. A one-out single and a stolen base from Casagrande is as far as he goes. We head to the bottom of the fifth. No runs on one hit, no errors, and a runner left on base. We'll be right back with more action as you take a look at the City of Medford scoreboard for the 2021 Baseball Northwest Championships, presented by the City of Medford and Table Rock Sports. Back with more in just a bit.
Cellular believes everyone deserves 5G. That's why we've included 5G on all plans, no extra charge, whether you're working or playing. All U.S. Cellular plans include 5G, no extra charge. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G free with no hidden requirements. U.S. Cellular.
Get the latest 5G phones for free today at Siskiyou Cellular, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular with 7 Valley locations. Visit souscellular.com for details.
Welcome back. It's the bottom of the 5th inning. Washington East stepping to the plate. All tied up. Some defensive adjustments for you on the Idaho side. Now in left field is Ryan Schneider. Rasmussen takes over in center. Gardner in right. On the left side of the infield, Brecky takes over at third base. Hepburn still at short. Burrell at second. Garcia at first. And behind the plate is Dane Bradshaw. Hit in between short into left. Brady Bean, the pitcher, leads off with a single. That'll bring up Bryson Ostergaard. 0 for 1 today. There goes Brady Bean, and that ball's in the dirt. He'll easily swipe second. Showing off the wheels. Ostergaard waits at the plate. The 1-0 from Casagrande. That's up the middle. That'll be a base hit. Bean waved around. The throw comes in. It's cut off by Garcia. And an RBI single for Ostergaard, stringing together some hits. That stolen base now extra important because it put the speedy Brady Bean in scoring position. Luke Byer at the plate. Bradshaw blocks a ball in the dirt. Washington East now leading 3-2 in the bottom of the 5th. Casagrande delivers, and that one gets under the glove of Garcia into right field. Headed to third is Ostergaard, but a great throw from Gardner in right. Double clutched and then on a fly to third. Gets Ostergaard trying to get to third. The first out of the inning. Another 9-5 put out. Byer reaching on an error. A.J. Woodward to the plate, swings and fouls off the first pitch. A whole host of errors in this game, 7 total between the two teams. Washington East with 6 of those. Woodward waits at the plate. Coming set is Casagrande. Fouls off another, and that's right into the mask of Bradshaw. 0-2 the count. Casagrande not going to get that quick inning he had back in the 4th. First 3 batters he's faced have reached. One's come around to score, the other thrown out at third on the last play. The 0-2. Fought off, flared down the right field line. Coming in is Gardner. He'll make the catch in foul territory for 2 outs. Gardner doing a lot of work out there, entering into the game. But quickly 2 outs thanks to number 11 in right field. That brings up the shortstop, Daniel Dickinson, 0 for 1. Flew out to Cheney in right field. Swing and a miss. The breaking ball had Dickinson way out in front. Oh, 1, 2 outs. Takes a pitch low for ball 1. Dickinson has yet to record a hit since coming to Medford. Takes a strike inside. Count now 1-2 with 2 outs. This game got started about 20 minutes late, but it's moving along pretty well. Here's the 1-2. That's hit up the middle, and that'll be a base hit. His first since coming to Medford. Sometimes broadcasters' curses work the other way. Daniel Dickinson aboard, and that will give Rico Longo a chance. Oh, excuse me, no, Rico Longo exited the game. So we're back to the top of the order. Jackson Davis is at the plate. First pitch swinging, chopper. Casagrande fields it, flips to first, and will get the job done himself. But 1 run comes on 3 hits, 2 runners left aboard. As we head to the top of the 6th inning, Washington East retakes the lead. Now up by 1. We'll be back with more action. Brady Bean headed back to the mound. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on TableRockSports.net.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We've stocked up with over 200 new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep Dodge, and of course, Ram Trucks. Choose from one of our largest inventories ever of new Jeep Cherokee 4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back-to-back 3-peat Truck of the Year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. You'll find the new vehicle you want at the low price you deserve. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Brady Bean back on the mound. We're back at Harry and David Field. Landon Cheney, Kevin Brecky, and Ryan Schneider due up for Idaho as they now trail again by 1. A chance to tie it up here in the top of the 6th. So Landon Cheney will lead things off. Cheney takes a strike the first pitch. Bean fires in another. Quickly ahead, 0-2 against the Nampa Christian High Schooler. Puts this one in play. Dickinson fields it at short, throws over. This time on target. Momentum taking him away from the throw, but still able to get it over there. We'll start the sixth the same way we ended the fifth, on a 6-3 putout. And that brings us to Kevin Brecky. 1 for 2 today with a run scored, reaching on an error back in the fourth. Singled in the first. And first pitch plunks him. So he's on first base for the third time today in 3 trips to the plate. Van Dyne is now behind the plate for Washington East, as Ryan Schneider steps up to the plate. Called strike at the knees. Schneider 0 for 2 today. A ground out and a fly out. Goes up swinging, fouls off that pitch. Now behind in the count, 0-2. Schneider, the lefty, also a pitcher, committed to Belmont University. Takes a pitch low for a ball. Bean working from the stretch. Coming set, peeks over to Brecky. That's a chopper, second base side, coming all the way over Zossergaard. The throw is not in time. He was shaded up the middle and had to make a long run over. Schneider legs out the infield single. So now there'll be 2 on and 1 out for Mason Garcia. Ofer in the tournament, walked back in the fourth. 2 runners in front of him. Chance to make something happen for Idaho. Goes up swinging, fouls one into the screening behind home plate. Brady Bean working ahead in the count again. Bean comes set, and that's going to get Mason Garcia 2 hit by pitches, and now the bases are full with 1 out. Brody Rasmussen, a chance to make something happen here. The speedy outfielder from Mountain View High School in Idaho. We'll see what number 1 can do for his team. Takes a strike at the knees for strike number 1. Bean delivers the 0-1. Fought off, and it's into shallow right field. Coming in for it is Woodward, makes the catch. Throw home, maybe a play at the plate, and they got him. What a toss from A.J. Woodward in right field. Throws a strike home, and Van Dyne applies the tag. Brecky thrown out at home. The second 9-5 putout we've seen in this game, and another good one. What a way to keep Idaho off the board in the top of the sixth. Washington East with some momentum heading into the bottom half of this inning. We'll take a quick look at the Travel Medford scoreboard presented by Table Rock Sports. The 2021 Baseball Northwest Championships. Casa Grande back out on the mound. We will return with more championship action when we come back.
Seen a new way to achieve the highest level of savings. Peak Rewards. The Peak Rewards app is your roadmap to savings wherever your journey takes you. Simply by using our mobile app, you can shop for a mountain of savings in any of our convenience stores and fuel up for less. Just download the Peak Rewards app, register, find participating stations and stores near you, and start saving. With Peak Rewards, you can travel further for less. So what are you waiting for? Download Peak Rewards today and find a location near you.
We're back at Harry and David Field, getting things started in the bottom of the sixth. Leading off is Caleb Gray. Casa Grande back out. Gray takes a strike. Gray 0 for 2 today. Fouls off the second pitch he sees. Now behind in the count, 0-2. Coming set, delivers the 0-2. That's hit up the middle. Trying to get to it was Burrell, but he can't, and it finds its way into center field. Cheney in center field now for Idaho. And a leadoff single is how Washington East will use that momentum they had from the previous half inning. That brings up Royce Van Dyne. Now, Casa Grande, while not officially listed as a pitcher and not really any stats on him from Baseball Northwest, we've got some stats from his appearance so far. The fastball sitting around 82, 85. The slider coming in around 74, 77 miles an hour, spinning about 1,700 RPM. The changeup at 76, 79. He is a Washington State commit, mostly an infielder, but coming in to help out with pitching duties today. 1-1 to Van Dyne. Swings and misses, comes up empty-handed. 1-2 the count. Nobody out. And Caleb Gray waiting over at first base. Now Van Dyne calls time. Will reset and then dig back into the left-handed batter's box. Van Dyne 2 for 2 today, a pair of singles. Here's the 1-2 from Casa Grande. That's ripped down the line, knocked down by Garcia. His only play is to step on first for an out. He's hit the ball hard 3 times in 3 plate appearances. This time just right at right at Garcia at first. Wasn't able to field it cleanly, but able to get the out. Caleb Gray advances to second. That brings up Brandon Fair. A runner on second, 1 out. Fair at the plate. 0 for 1 today. He was hit by a pitch back in the first, hits a grounder to Burrell at second, flips over to Garcia. Now there's 2 away. Gray moving over to third, and that brings up Nathan Gray Jr., no relation. Gray Jr. headed to Lower Columbia. Goes up swinging, puts one into left field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Gray will score thanks to Gray Jr.'s lift into left field. His second single of the day. Another RBI. Washington East using the momentum they got from the big play to end the top of the 6th. They get a run here and extend their lead to 2. Matthew Suave steps up to the plate, batting from the right side. He hits a little dribbler at Casagrande, who moves over to his right, throws to first, and shows off that infielder prowess. And that's the end of the inning, and I think that may be the end of the game. We'll confirm that for you. But I believe that should do it. We're getting close to that 2-hour mark, and I think every team has gotten their pitchers to go. Brady Bean was the last one scheduled. Well, the music plays, so that means this game is going final. Take a look at the final score. Washington East wins 4-2. And just some quick stats on Brady Bean, who wrapped things up for Washington East from the mound. Fastball sitting around 81, 84 miles an hour. The curveball 67, 68, spinning about 1,800 RPM. The changeup at 76, 78. An interesting game. We're told that Saunders is doing all right as he exited the game after just pitching 2/3 of an inning and taking a comebacker off the face. He's doing fine. We'll have more baseball action from Harry and David Field in about 30 minutes. Coming up in that game for another class of 2022 action is Utah versus Tri-State. On behalf of Khalil and Chris working the cameras today, I'm Josh Shelton. Thanks for watching this presentation of the 2021 Baseball Northwest Championships from Table Rock Sports in the city of Medford. We'll see you back in about a half hour.